Green light, they're away.
And they're all in their positions, ready to go. There's the light up.
In true Mildura style.
The green light's on. It was a beautiful start.
He's trying to get across.
Hello, welcome to Burning Questions, February 28, and it is a big weekend in harness racing, country cups galore, and of course the big program at Melton on Saturday night, and plenty of good racing at Menangle too if you fancy tuning in up in Sydney. We've got the Mayor of Ararat just a few hours away from the biggest night of harness racing in that town. Michael Bellman joins us with all those wonderful photos in the back there, Mick. Maybe you can add one to the collection tonight.
Yeah, I can't take glory for too many of those photos behind me. They're all mums. So I'm just at the stables at the minute and, give her a plug for all her wins.
Yeah,
Trotters Cup winner, Mick?
Trotters Cup winner?
Yeah. Have you had one?
Not there, no. I've had a Pacing Cup, not the Trotters.
Okay. Who was your Pacing Cup?
Mr. Reese in 2011.
That's the one. Darren, Carroll's, you've introduced yourself onto this show,
Sorry.
Darren. Good to have you, and you know what you're doing in this space. So welcome to the show. And look, I must admit, you look like you've lost a couple of years off your lifespan, given what you've just experienced in Queensland. I don't know if you're cut out for that next year.
I'm definitely not cut out for that. No, I'm not an experienced campaigner like some of the people I was hanging out with, but it was a good time. Can't wait till next year, really. As far as a social event, they put on a great event, and it lived up to everything that it promised, probably plus more. And it was just great to see so many people along, and even people like Greg and Jess that turned up just for a night or two to cheer on people that they've known and met in the past. So it was outstanding time.
Yeah, I did hear that you're up there, Greg, in Queensland. How was it all?
Yeah, no, really good. Was looking forward to hopefully to be a part of it. But no, I went the second best option and just got to sit on the sidelines and cheer on, a lot of friends and catch up with a lot of people off the track as well. So it was really good to enjoy a race meeting without the pressures of being involved.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for jumping on Burning.
People talking.
Sorry, mate.
Good to be some people, isn't it?
I know. We had to keep things ticking along here in Victoria. Let's get stuck right into it. Get ready for the ultimate harness racing opportunity at the 2025 APG Perth Yearling Sale, featuring over 170 lots from Australia's top stallions. Don't miss your chance to invest in a champion. Find all the details and register as a buyer at apgold.com.au. At APG, there's a horse for everyone. Great to have APG part of Burning Questions. There's a new format for the Pacing Cup. So which horses' connections will be lifting it up? We're talking about tonight at Ararat, the Ararat Advocate Pacing Cup final over the 21.95 metres. We've had heats into a final. Heats all over the joint, including Cranbourne Stall. Bendigo was the other one. Of course, we had a runner there, Daz, and we were well away from the mark there. I will start with you here, Darren. It's an interesting race with some class on the back row and some speed off the front. How do you see it?
Yeah, it's a fair spread of ratings points. We've got a 52 rated drawn the pole and a 69 rated drawn 12. There's a few scratchings, so that probably negates it a little bit for some of these ones off the back row, but I'm still firmly in the camp of the front row runners. I thought the gate speed was with Some Tough Love and Greg's horse Chasing Rex. I think they'll dictate the tempo, either leader's back or leader death seat. I'm taking on the favourite here, Dawson. From what I've seen of it since it's arrived here, looks like it's has to be driven to come with one run. So it's going to be relying on the tempo of the race, and as a result of that, I'm against it. So I want to be on Some Tough Love and Chasing Rex in my betting plan for the race.
Okay, yeah, interested, Dad. I saw it a little bit different than you, and I was happy to go with Dawson. Look, I'm not saying dive in at the price, but I've been really impressed with these runs here in Australia. Greg, I reckon when you started racing Chasing Rex, you wouldn't have expected to be in an Ararat Pacing Cup final at start 10.
No, that's right. Yeah, I only have limited number of starts, and just the way that the format is for some of these country cups now that are giving I suppose your lesser like horses or your low assessed horses a chance to run in a cup is something that's a little bit different than what we're used to. historically speaking. But his form this campaign's been quite good, and I think he's in with a real live chance.
Yeah. Do you expect to get to the front, or how do you see the early speed?
I'd really like to. I think if he finds the top like he did at Cranbourne, especially around Ararat, he would be take a lot of catching from that position. But Joshy Duggan's horse got out very good from the front row there last time around, and I'd expect their plan A would be to try and kick through and hold the front. But Mick Stribe and Auckland Red showed terrific gate speed at Cranbourne too to cross early and then let me go. So I'm hoping that's the situation that unfolds tonight.
I'm just looking at Auckland Red's form 2 starts ago. Greg, you're on him at Cranbourne. You got him behind the leader there. I stood next to someone and said he will not get beaten from here. I was that confident. He just didn't pick up, but he is a horse in good form, isn't he, Auckland Red?
Yeah, no, Ash has done a super job with him. He's a very consistent horse. He was a bit of a rogue and a bit fiery, and a bit erratic there early days, but his manners have come a long way, and he's showed a bit of gate speed in recent runs, but most importantly, he's been able to back off during the run and finish off well. So they've done a super job with him.
Michael Bellman, Mr. Reese, won it for you in 2011. You trained him. You don't train this one, but I'm sure you'd love to win the race again. Are you a sneaky hope, or am I being a bit unfair to Auckland Red?
No, I'd like to think I'm a sneaky hope. The only query is how he backs up in that short space from Cranbourne the other night. But, if the leaders cut at each other and we're just sitting off them, we're going to be thereabouts. Hopefully we can be fighting out the finish.
Good stuff. Let's move on to the second question. Pride's Easy Feed are our sponsors. They stand as a proud supporter of the harness racing industry with their set recipes and quality ingredients to give the trainer confidence in what they're feeding. So make the switch to Pride's and start getting the result you've been chasing. Jazspur has already given Mick so much joy, but from 30 metres tonight, what will be his ploy? We're talking about the Ararat Premix King Trotters Cup. Mick, I reckon you might be down at Premix King if you can get this one home. We'll start with you. Jazspur, 30 metres. I thought the handicapping in this race was just bang on. It's such an interesting race. I think there's a stack of winning chances. I have landed with Jazspur on top. Are you confident as well?
Without being ridiculous about it, a lot's going to come down to tactics and the track and the tempo of the race. So we've got a lot to unravel in the run, and but she's fit, she's well, and she knows her way around here. That's for sure.
She's good from the stand, and do you see? You'd like to stay ahead, obviously, of Aldebaran Vera the whole way.
Yeah, she's 99 times out of 100. She's really good away from the tape, so I don't see that as being an issue early. We'd like to stay as far in front of it as we can. That's definitely the plan, but we can't underestimate the likes of Mercenary and a few of the others.
Yeah, so confidence levels, where would you sit? A bit like Auckland Red, or are you a bit more confident?
Probably a little bit more like Auckland Red. It's just going to rely on a few key factors for us to get very confident. You're probably better off asking me at the 400.
I reckon. Greg, you're not involved here, but you know these horses well. What are your thoughts? If I was to give you $100 and say, make some money for me, what would you do?
Yeah, pretty tough one, really, especially given the fact that, a lot of these horses are quite inexperienced around the tight Ararat circuit. Obviously, I don't even think Jazspur's raced there. I look through its form, but obviously you can't expect that to be a query. She knows the track inside and out, being trained there. But under race conditions, a lot of these horses have never gone around the tight circuit before. So from that point of view, it makes a very interesting race. It's one that I'm, interested to watch. I think it's going to be a good spectacle. But as Mick said, there's a lot that has to unfold for anyone to be a legitimate winning chance at the 400 metres mark of this race. So, no, I'm really looking forward to it. But, where you place that $100, I'm not sure. That's why I'm not a punter.
Leaving it in your pocket.
You give it straight back to me, Greg, would you? Thanks for that.
Maybe go straight to the Premix King.
I'll tell you what, you don't need to ask me twice there. Darren, I don't reckon you want to go to the Premix King after your week in Queensland. You might have had enough for a while. Can you turn the $100 into something for me?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think Mick said it just depends on the tactics, and I think those tactics are mainly for the front markers and how quick they go early, and how quick the back markers can attach themselves to the main pack. It's really difficult for back markers if they're rolling along in front and they're chasing for the first lap and a half, and once they get their breath, then they get going again. So the O'Connell horse, Old Villa Boy, likes to roll along early. So if he finds the front, he might make him chase for a little while. And then I expect, Mick could be up there chasing as well. I thought Mercenary trialled good at Maryborough last week. So I'd be looking at Mercenary, and you just can't go past Aldebaran Vera, even though I'm concerned about the 40-metre handicap. I'm just thinking if she can tack on the back of Mick very early, then followed into the race, it's clearly the one to beat for mine in the class runner. So I've got Mercenary on top. Vera on top of Mercenary.
Okay. Yeah, he did trial good, and he's the defending champion Mercenary for the Barker family. That's Ararat covered off, at least the two features, Ararat. Let's move across to Saturday night at Melton. Logical Staffing Solutions provide labour hire and recruitment services to the transport, warehousing, automotive and manufacturing industries. The logical solution for your staffing needs. Mick's teaming up with the quirky Stamper. So will he be a happy camper? Michael Bellman takes his very first drive on the Joe Pace trained Harry Stamper. Position 8. Race 5 on Saturday night in the Alabar Trot. Greg's involved in this race as well with Illawong Lara J. We'll go to you, Darren, first. We spoke on radio a short time ago. I am in the corner each way on Sundon's Courage here, just from the barrier draw. Good gate speed. I think he's going quite well for Geordie Leadham. And you're following me in, though. You might be going with your own horse, Brownlow Prince.
Yeah, Brownlow, the good old campaigner that he is. He's getting better and better each run. Awkward draw for him, barrier 5, so he's probably going to have to go back and find the fence and get some cheap runs. But he's been a great horse for us, Brownlow. Really interesting race. I said on radio this morning that the push for Aldebaran Zeus at Cranbourne was just so large. Everyone wanted to tip him to me over the distance that's unfavourable for him, but he gets back to a really favourable distance tonight. I'm sure Papa will be really aggressive off the gate. It's just a matter of whether he can find the front from Sundon's Courage. I know who you're keen on each way, Tim. And I thought Harry Stamper was outstanding last week. So even race, if I have to have a top pick, I'm going for Aldebaran Zeus just because I've got a gut feeling he might spear across and find the front. And if he does that over the 17:20, which is definitely his best trip, then he'd be the one to beat. Yeah,
okay. Aldebaran Zeus for Dad's horse 6. Greg, position 1 for you, Illawong Lara J, trained by Jess. You're taking the drive. You've got a bit of gate speed as well, and you've come up with a good gate here. What do you think of your chances in race 5 tomorrow night?
Yeah, she'll hold her own early at the start, but realistic, she's probably just short of the mark from a couple of these season free-for-all horses. But she's at that grade now. There's really not many racing options for her. So I don't think she's a winning chance in the race, even from the good draw. But it certainly wouldn't surprise us to see her fill a hole there somewhere. If she gets a good trip behind the right horse. So interesting race to see who's the likely winner. Agree with Darren's comments there all about Aldebaran Zeus. He loves a short trip, and the connections were obviously very keen on the horse last time around over the longer trip, which something that he sort of struggled at more times than not. But Harry Stamper, he's a high quality horse, which he's proven time and time again, and has chased home myself with Just Believe on many occasions too. And he sort of went through a slight stage there not long ago where he was doing a few things wrong and just wasn't quite himself. But last week's run sort of showed that he's back to where he needs to be. So definitely a race with multiple winning chances, but unfortunately I don't think I'm one of them. Yeah,
Mick, great drive for you here, Harry Stamper. I think I'm right in saying you've never driven him before, but you certainly know a lot about him. And I think you said to me during the week that you're really impressed with the way he trotted last time out, running second there behind Kiang Chucky.
Yeah, last week was the best I've seen him trot gate-wise for about 6 months, I reckon. He looked really rock solid in his gear, and I spoke to Ants this morning, and we were talking about him, and he was really happy, and he said he felt back to what his best would be.
Do you reckon you're going to get on well with him? Because he can be an interesting customer. You've probably raced against him a lot of times. Is there any? Did Ants give you any tricks, or is, what can you do to make sure he's on his best behaviour?
Just be nice to him, I think. Tell him how much of a good boy he is. No, he's Ant said that he reckoned he'd be a lot better off the second row than the front. He said he can get a little bit hot off the front, and providing he gets a good clear run through early, to be interesting tactics of a few of the others. You throw Parisian Artiste in the mix as well. If it can leave the gate a bit quicker, it's probably going to be a thorn in Zeus's side a bit as well.
Who do you think leads, Greg? I mean, you don't want to get involved early by the sound of your comments. So would you be happy for Sundance Courage to cross you, or do you think there's more speed out wide?
I think it takes a very quick horse to get past Sundance Courage if they decide to roll forward. So, I mightn't have any say in the matter there, but if it's not Sundance Courage first across, then obviously you got to look for the speed out wide with Zeus. But I agree with Mick. Parisian Artiste is a real high quality runner there. So if it can show enough speed to go with Zeus, then you'd be more than happy to trail a horse like that.
Yeah.
It's got the driver boost too, hasn't it? Ayash went off, Alan tore me on.
I'll leave that one well alone.
Through to the keeper.
He won't mind me going fishing.
Yeah. I'm with Sundance Courage each way in the first leg of the main quaddie. Just a shout out to, there's a $10,000 treble jackpot. So races 6, 7, 8 on Saturday night, 10K into a 50K projected pool. The fourth and final question. He's the newest member of the 4,000 Club. So can Greg finish the night with a race-to-race dub? We're talking about races 8 and 9 here. The Narcissist for Emma Stewart. Greg takes the drive from barrier 12. And the stablemate Always Hot for Emma Stewart. Greg takes the drive from barrier 11. I'll hold you to last here, Greg. Congratulations on that great feat there last week. Darren, your thoughts here? We spoke on radio not long ago, and we both thought these were just put in take-out jobs, aren't they?
Yeah, somewhat hesitant sometimes because of barriers to go, gee, they're just good things. But the Narcissus has just been unbelievably brilliant since joining the camp. And, Always Hot is potentially the best horse that they've had in some time. So I think they'll both overcome the poor draws and they'll both be too good. They'll be very short, though.
Can you be a fly in the ointment? Well, you can't be in race 8, Mick, unless you've got something up your sleeve. But in race 9, you're driving horse 4. What did you say?
Yeah, I didn't mind his run the other night. He just ran out of condition. But for mine, I think What Do You Say is probably another run or two away from being at his peak. It's a bit harder to come back in that grade and be rock hard fit. But Always Hot. He looks like their next superstar. He's got all the keys and he's very exciting to watch.
Just a quick word on Greg from you, Mick. 4,000 winners the other day. You're closing in on your own milestone. You're on 1996, I reckon, 4 away from 2,000. You've had plenty of... Him. Yeah. Do you reckon you'll get him?
Not in this lifetime. He's well and truly got me covered and some. Even if he has a couple of years off, I still wouldn't catch him.
Any funny memories over the years between you two?
We're probably showing our age a bit now, but we went through the Young Drivers series when they had the Golden Valley Drivers series and that, and Greg had just moved over from Adelaide, and we've had plenty of good times away doing drivers trips and stuff like that, and he's a great competitor, and you just got to admire him for how cool he is under pressure and the way he drives, and at 4,000 winners shows that. It's a no mean feat, and congratulations to him. It's been a great effort, and he's not done with yet.
Yeah, here, Greg. Well done from all of us. I don't reckon you would have expected it to be Festina Lonte at massive odds there to get you the milestone.
Oh, didn't you get my tip? Didn't I send that through? That was
Missed
mine.
that
Your
email.
best bet on burning
I
questions.
can't believe
was
she was that price. Yeah, no, that was certainly unexpected. I think we had two runners that night, and one was favourite, and she was 100 to 1, and the favourite ran last, and she got up and won. So racing is just a funny game sometimes, but I appreciate all your kind words, especially from you there, Mick. It's a lot of hours have gone into that 4,000, and I don't know if there's another 4,000 in me, but hopefully there's a few more.
Greg, have you got a number win there amongst those 4,000? And I think it's about 4,003 or 4 now.
Yeah, look, a lot of highlights. I always said for a lot of years now in recent times, I've had a fair bit of success at the top end, but going across to New Zealand with Sushi and winning the Great Northern Derby, that was a massive thrill for me, and something that I didn't think I'd sort of ever equal that feeling. But then obviously the ride that horse like Jazspur's taken us on in recent years and has done sort of similar things, all around the world. There's so many moments with him that are pretty hard to forget. And, he's Into the Minion, both his Into the Minion wins, but probably the Melbourne one stuck out as something, never crossed the line with so much, jubilation, so much excitement bursting out my body than that night. So, they're probably the highlights for me.
Yeah, no, great stuff. I won't forget that one. I remember I was standing, Greg, and you nearly hit me with the whip. I reckon you were throwing it that hard. You certainly
got pretty close.
Yeah. Just on these two races on Saturday night, races 8 and 9. I tell you what, I know Always Hot's got a big spruik on him, and he's a great horse, but I've just been so impressed with the Narcissist. Like his win when he sat parked, I think Pity drove him. They went 150 at Melton from the death, and they just don't do that. He's in outstanding form. So I think he could probably win a number of ways, Greg, but you're pretty confident with these last two Saturday night?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously wouldn't swap my drives for anything else in the races, but, the draws have made it a little bit trickier. But, the Narcissist, firstly, what he's done since joining the Emma Stewart camp it's hard to not be impressed with him. And even his last start run at Menangle to go sub 50 and was actually not the greatest gated horse. Sort of the first few 100 meters, he was a bit uncomfortable until he sort of got his rhythm, and to do that and then win the way he did, I came off very impressed with him. So he just has to have a trouble-free run really and get round safely, and it'd be a surprise to see him get rolled if he produces a similar performance. And Always Hot is, there's not much more we can say about him. He's an extremely exciting animal, and probably gives me as good a feel as any 3-year-old ever sat behind, including, going back to a horse like Sushi. So, the camp have been singing his praises basically, before he races a 2-year-old of how good this horse could potentially be. And he's really starting to live up to that. So, two very exciting horses to sit behind, and pretty lucky to be in this position. Yeah,
good stuff. Great. That's 2 races at Ararat, 2 races at Melton. Now we need to find some best bets thanks to Sharp's Bakery and Daz. How many days? The countdown's on you here. What are we down to? About 8 or 9?
Yeah, next Sunday. So,
have you been, Greg? Have you been to Birchip?
No, I haven't. Every year I've sort of thought I got to get there, and it just sort of hasn't worked out yet. So I got to get there, yeah, for sure.
That's the biggest
clash with Wangaratta.
Biggest flight on his career after 4,000 winners. It's just not good enough. Sorry, Daz.
Yeah, I was just saying it used to clash with Wangaratta Cup a bit as well. So you had to spread the population of drivers around a bit, and Greg was probably going to Wangaratta, but can't recommend it highly enough. Totally different type of racing, but it's grassroots racing at its best. And Tim and I love the day and can't wait to get there.
Absolutely. Give us the best bet, Daz.
I'm actually going to Bort on Sunday, so we should give a yell out to Bort. They do a great job, that committee. Always do a lot off the track as well to make it a good day for the locals and those people attending. So I'm going for the Carson Miller Collective Works in race 7 in the Cup. Drawn 1, think it leads. I know it'll have a nice one sitting on its back, but I just think this horse has been racing in such good fashion against some quality opposition, like it's catch a wave type races it's been in lately. It finally finds a suitable race, suitable class. So I'm going for Collective Works to lead all the way on Sunday at Bort.
Good stuff. That'd be a career highlight for Carson Miller too. Great fella, doing good things in the sport. Mick, give us the best bet. Are you going to put the pressure on yourself or on someone else?
Yeah, I'll probably put the moz on him by tipping him, but Black Range Glory, he was massive at Ballarat last week, and his work's been good since, but as long as he takes his manners tonight, I think he'll be winning.
I've seen Darren Carroll's best bets today, so if you both be going down with the ship if Black Range Glory can't get the job done tonight. Mick, good luck with him and good luck right through the weekend. Greg, you're not allowed to go races 8 and 9 tomorrow. they're a touch short, but what do you got for us somewhere across the country this weekend in harness racing?
Yeah, I'll stick with our camp, but I'll put the pressure on Blake Fitzpatrick, who's got fighter command in the lucky last up at Menangle. He's really happy with the way he's come back, and it didn't work out for us last week, and he's still learning a little bit, but he copped a check at a vital stage, but he gave me a really good feel that, he probably wouldn't have qualified for the Chariots just from the position he was in, but he was going to get very close to the mark. So, providing he has a trouble-free run, I think he gets his chance to get back in the winners list. And just going to Melton, it's no good thing or anything like that, but Rakiro Rebel, Herbie's driving in the first. I think she's drawn to get a real soft run, which is probably what she needs for where she's at. She hasn't got the race fitness behind her, but just the race has the potential to really work out for her, and she's going good enough to hit the line strong. And if she's not good enough to win this week, it won't be long before she hits the winner's circle.
Yeah, good stuff. That's race 1, number 9, Rakiro Rebel. What about old 888 though, Greg? He's going to go around at each way odds again, unbelievably.
Yeah, he's an amazing old horse. He just keeps bobbing up every now and again, and he's in just about career best form, I think. He's strung probably 4 or 5 wins together in his last probably maybe 15 starts. So very, very happy with where he's at. But like always, he's always a chance if things work out.
Great. I'm going to go. I'll go with. I just don't know if this is going to come up a price. So race 4, number 4, Sam Kirk, quoted as a $2 chance. I'd be going max bet if we got $2, but I don't think we will. So I'll make mine an each way play. Race 5, number 2, Sundance Courage at around the 20-1 and about $3.50 a place. So Greg, if I could grab that $100 back, I'll go 20 a win, Sundance Courage 80 a place in race 5 at Melton on Saturday night. Michael Bellman's had to take off. It's Ararat Cup night, so he can't hang around. Really appreciate you jumping on, Greg. I'll see you on track in just a few hours.
Yep, we'll be there.
And Darren, you're not going because your cup run has been scratched, but I'll run into you tomorrow at Melton. Thanks for jumping on.
See you at Melton.
Cheerio,
Thanks,
guys. That's been Burning Questions.
Green light, they're away.
And they're all in their positions, ready to go. There's the light up.
In true Mildura stock.
The green light's on. It was a beautiful start of...
He's trying to get across.